Hi, we are TaskTroopers. We are building a web application that revolves around managing projects and people. It is quite challenging to effectively allocate tasks to various team members, monitor deadlines, and ensure everyone is on the same page. In TaskTrooper, you can create new projects and manage all your projects and tasks with ease. We hope that teams using our tool will be better able to work together, maintain organization, and complete projects on time. I'll leave a link to the project prototype that you can test out in the description. It should also be available in the README. Upon successful login, you will be greeted on the home page. We will click the View Projects button, and we will see that all the projects we have created and all the projects we have joined are separated. To test if Add Project is working, we shall create a new project now. Let's name this project as Test Project. And it will show up correctly here under Projects created by you. Let's view the project, and we see that there are no tasks, which is to be expected. Let's go back to View Projects. I have already loaded up a project called Project X, and we have some tasks here. Let's test some features here. We have a task called to be deleted, so let's delete it. And it works. Let's try to add a new task. Let's name this task added. Let's give it some random description. Start date time of now. And the end date time can't be before the start date time. So we can't select any of this here. We can only select some date time in the future. Let's say this. And let's set the status to completed. And the assigned users be Ron and Harry. And we are done. It is showing up here as intended. Additionally, the tasks are sortable by the date times and the statuses. Let's go to user management and we see a bunch of things. We see bulk modify permission, an overview of users and their permissions, and bulk remove users. Right now, we have Ron, Harry, and myself in this project. Let's add a user named Hermione to this project. So, first, we'll go to our project and copy the invite link. Then, Hermione logs in a separate browser and visits the invite link. By doing that, she will automatically be included into the project and will be directed to the project link. Now, back to my own account, we'll go to user management. We now see Hermione in the user overview and she has a permission of read. This is the lowest permission level granted by default to new users. If we check Hermione's view, we'll see that she can only see the tasks. She cannot modify anything related to the task, nor can she access the user management tab. Now, let's go back to my own account and under user management. Let's look at all the permissions that can be granted to users. They are quite self-explanatory, I believe. The permissions are hierarchical. If a user has a higher level permission, they will be automatically granted the lower level permissions. Any user that has a modify other users permissions permission and above can modify the permissions of other users, meaning they have access to this user management tab on the left. As the creator of this project, I have this permission too. Now, I'll grant Hermione the modify task permission. This permission is lower level than the delete task permission. If we go to Hermione's view and refresh the page, we will now see that we can change the status and modify the task for each task. However, we do not see the delete task option as we do not have that delete task permission. We can fix that by giving Hermione the delete task permission. We'll go back to user management on my own account, click on delete tasks, update permissions. Now if we go back to Hermione's view and refresh the page, we will now see that we can delete a task. Let's delete the added task. This change should also be reflected in my own view. Let's go back to user management and give Hermione the modify other users permissions permission. Now, if we go back to Hermione's view and refresh the page, we'll see user management on the left. If we click that, we will see this. This white space is a UI bug and we'll fix this later. She can only modify Ron's permission levels as her permission level is higher than Ron's. Also, they can only grant permissions up to their own permission level. Since Hermione has modify other users' permissions permission, she can grant this permission to others as well. She can't grant others with the delete users or delete project permissions. She cannot modify Harry's permissions since they both have equal permission levels. Now, let's go back to my own account's user management and give Hermione the delete users permission. If we go back to Hermione's view and refresh the page, we can now see the option to bulk remove users. Once again, she can only remove users whose permission level is lower than her. She can also now modify Harry's permissions since her permission level is higher than his. Let's go ahead and remove Ron and Harry from the project. As we can see, we are only left with myself and Hermione in this project. Now, let's give her the delete project permission. We'll go to my user management, update her permission, and we'll now go back to Hermione's view. We'll refresh the page, and we now unlock a tab called project management. We'll go there and see that now we can modify the project's name. What's dangerous about this permission is that the user can delete the entire project. This permission should only be given to those who can be trusted. Before we delete the project, let's just double check that the project is in our list of joint projects. We'll go to view projects and we see that project X is indeed in our list of joint projects. Let's change the name of the project and go back and see that the name of the project has changed from project X to project Y. Now, let's go ahead and delete the project. The project disappears from the list of joint projects. And if we go to our own user management and refresh the page, we'll get an error because this project does not exist anymore. If we go back to my projects, we'll see that project X or project Y, because we changed the name of the project, is no longer in the list of projects created by you. We are done with the feature showcase. Technical details of how these are implemented can be found in our README. We aim to add new features such as file sharing in the near future. Thank you for watching.